Okay, guys, very quickly, when we come to the trunk of fish, right? What should we know? This is our lesson. That should be lesson 4, right? Oh, yes, let's go. So, in the trunk of fish, I want you to pay solid attention and know these things very well. Let's go very fast. Look at this from this diagram. Okay, split it into 3.
Hold on a bit. The complete series of classes, right, as far as your syllabus is concerned regarding your Jamb And Waec, everything has been covered in details for you in the LearnLift app. And guess what? The sweet part is that you have access to your CBT, right? You have access to your video lessons, you have access to your notes, you have access to your past questions. Everything from the beginning to the end is directly in the LearnLift app for you. So all you have to do is just mark down to Play Store or App Store and download the LearnLift app where you follow all your classes from the beginning to the end. A quick one before we move. Let's get back to class. Enjoy.
If we're splitting into 3, we're going to have like this, right? Oh, yes. Let me call here 1, let me call here 2, and let me call here 3. You see, the 1 is the head, 2 is the trunk, 3 is the tail. So we're going to dwell on the what? On the trunk, which is what? 2. So when we talk about the trunk, don't forget that the trunk is the widest part of the body of the fish. And what covers the trunk in your tilapia is nothing but your cycloid scales. What covers it? Cycloid scales. The only regions where you don't see cycloid scales are around the genital organ. There's nothing like cycloid scale there. Around the anus, you call nyash, there's nothing like cycloid scale there. And then the fins, they don't have cycloidal scales. These 3 parts lack these scales. But let's go very fast. So there are certain key features, right, that we are going to see in the trunk of your fish, especially tilapia. What are the key features? Number 1 is the anus. Please, I beg you, pay attention now. Where is the anus located? It is located in front of the anal fin, close to the genital opening. Look at this diagram. From the diagram, what can you see? Number 1, here is the anal fin, right? Oh, yes. And here is the vent. That vent there is the more like the genital opening. Now, around this region that I've pointed out, that's where we have the what? This guy here like this region. Let me try and drag it out and label it for you. That's like the what? The anus. Are you getting it? And that's where you have the anus. So the anus is anterior to the what? Anal fin. We can use it that way. Are you getting it now? Please don't forget that. It is because of the anus that is there. That's how we call it anal fin. Are you getting it? The fin here is now named after the anus. That's why it is called anal fin. Another thing very quickly, number 2, that you should know is the fins. The fins are on the trunk. And because they are on that trunk region, the fins are divided into 2. Number 1 is called the paired fin. Number 2 is called the unpaired fin. What are the fins? 2, paired and unpaired. And it is strengthened by bony fin rays. In fact, some of the fins, they are bony. Some of them are soft. As we move, you are going to see them. And don't forget.
So when it comes to creating an account, right, this is the interface of the app that you can see. You can see create account and you can also see login. Now, what you do is this: as a new user, you don't have an account yet, so you don't need to go and log in. You go and create an account as a new user. Click on that create account button. Once you click on it, the next thing is put your phone number. Place in your phone number. You can see +234, then put your phone number, whatever your phone number is. If you don't have phone, you can use your mommy's phone number and put it there, right? Or your daddy's phone number. Use it, and then you can proceed and create the account. So let's go. So once you create the account, you are putting your phone number. What happened? Put your name, your correct phone number, please. Put your name. If your name is John, what do you fill in there? John. And then your last name, Frank. Fill in John Frank. And what's your email address? Okay, if your email address is johnfrank3@gmail.com, you fill it there. And then your password, very important. You create your own password, 6 digits. You can use your phone number, the first 6 digits of your phone number, or the last 6 digits of your phone number. Or you can, okay, since your name is John Frank, you can say, okay, my password name is John, right? John 123. And then you go and repeat the same thing, confirm password. What will you type there? Your John what? 123. You can decide to view it to yes or and then see whether you are doing the same thing, whether what you are doing is correct, right? All you have to do is just click the I button there and then you view it. And then come to select education. You are preparing for Jamb or Waec. In select education, there are 4 plans there. University, that's for people that are in university. Probably 100 level, 200 level, right? Yes, their classes are also there. Secondary, for those in secondary school, primary. But for Jamb and Waec, Baba, click Waec, Jamb Pursue TME, right? As the select education. Select level. You are not preparing for Pursue TME, you are preparing for Jamb and Waec, right? Okay, click on the what? Jamb and what? Waec. And then create your account. 2 seconds. Pass, you don't enter. It will load and then it will open for you. And it will tell you, welcome, John, right? Your classes are now what? Ready. What do? Start learning.
Please, if you are dwelling on the fence in particular, what must you know? Look at this very quickly. The fence, number 1 is called the pectoral fin. What is it called? Pectoral fin. I beg, know their names. See where pectoral fin is located, close to the operculum. That's where you have the pectoral fin. Number 2 is called the pelvic fin. What is it called? Pelvic fin. Are you getting it? Number 3 is the dorsal fin. What is it called? The dorsal fin. Number 3. Dorsal fin, there are 2. We have the spinous dorsal fin and the soft dorsal fin. Dorsal fin. The spinous dorsal fin is anterior. The soft dorsal fin is posterior. Don't come and play with this. Jamb will not forgive you if you don't know this thing over here. Number 4 is the anal fin, and then number 5 is the what? The caudal fin. But I told you that the fins are divided into 2. We have what is called the paired fin, and we have what is called the unpaired fin. So how many fins altogether? We have 5. Pectoral fin, pelvic fin, dorsal fin, anal fin, and caudal fin. If you get that very fast, we are good to rock. Now look at this very quickly. Fins are divided into 2, paired and unpaired. What are the paired fins that we have? Number 1 is called the pectoral fin. Number 2 is called the pelvic fin. Pelvic what fin? So the fins, P for paired, P for pectoral, P for pelvic. You are out of there. So the paired fins, all of them start with P. Your pectoral fin and your pelvic fin. On paired fin, there's an acronym. It is DAC. What is the acronym for it? The acronym is DAC. D-A-C. What is DAC? Dorsal fin, anal fin, and caudal fin. That's all. So on paired fin, they are DAC, dorsal, anal, caudal. But the paired fins, they are PP, pectoral and what? Pelvic fin. Come first, man, I'll tell you something. If we are dealing with normal human anatomy, we can say, okay, the skeleton of human is divided into 2, right? Axial and appendicular skeleton. When you leave the axial skeleton, dwell on the appendicular. Appendicular skeleton are divided into 2, the limbs and the guidus. The limbs are divided into 2, the forelimbs, right? And the hind limbs. The forelimbs, these are the forelimbs, right? And then the hind limbs. As you move, I'll teach you all of these things. The guidus are divided into 2, the pectoral guidus and the pelvic guidus. These guys here, what are they? These are the pectoral guidus. When you come down to the waist region, what do you have there? It is called the pelvic guidus. That's where they have the pelvis that a lady used to give birth. I'll teach you all of these things. Oh, no rush. Even males too, they have the pelvis. But just flow with me. We're going to start with the first, which is the paired fins. And in the paired fins, we're going to learn the pectoral and the pelvic. Abi, yeah, let's go together. But before that, answer this question for me. Jamb 1986, question 12. The question here all the way says, the fins making up the limbs of the bony fish are the fins that make up the limbs. Yes, that's the 2P. Option A say the caudal and the ventral. Option B say the ventral and the pelvic. Option C say the pelvic and the pectoral. Option D says the pectoral and the dorsal. What's the answer? The pelvic and the what? The pectoral fin. Making option what? C the correct answer. Are you seeing it now? The fins making up the limbs. What is the answer? The pelvic and the what? The pectoral. You're out of there. That's 4. You get that very fast. Let's start with the paired fins. Share the paired fins. They are divided into 2, right? The pectoral and the pelvic. So in the pectoral fin, where is it positioned? Look at the diagram again and get the pectoral fin for me. It is positioned behind the lower side of the operculum. So we can boldly say that the pectoral fin is just behind the operculum. You are very, very correct. Right? Beautiful. Another thing you must know very quickly is this. The pet fin has the second part, which is the what? The pelvic fin. The pelvic fin, where is it? Look at the diagram and describe it using correct terms for me. The pelvic fin is just beneath the pectoral fin. You are also very correct. Pelvic fin is beneath the pectoral fin. The pectoral fin is posterior to the what? It is posterior to the operculum. In other words, this here, so that's our operculum, abi. If that is the operculum, right? Posterior to the operculum is the what? The pectoral fin. Now, underneath the pectoral fin is the what? The pelvic fin. Does it make sense? If you get that very quickly with me, what is the function of the pec fins? The pec fins are two: the pectoral and the what? The pelvic. What are their functions? Number one, they facilitate slow movement. So what is it that we have for slow motion? Where fish do not run, they are just moving slowly. It is the pec fins, which are both the function of the pectoral and the pelvic fins. Number two is that they maintain balance and steer the fish. What we help the fish to maintain balance? You just want to stand, you don't want to move, you just want to pee on the water, right? What we maintain that balance is the what? The pectoral and the pelvic fin. Number three is that they bring in fresh oxygenated water during inactivity. So when they are not moving, what will bring in fresh oxygenated water? It is the pectoral and the pelvic fin. I beg you, know these things very, very well. And then another function of the pectoral and the pelvic fin is that they are for steering and what? Balancing. They are steering just slowly. They are in one place. They are just steering slowly, and they are well balanced in position. That's their function. And don't forget that they control the pitch of the what? The fish. Maybe fish is running. Fish want to move this way. What we it is the what? The pectoral and the pelvic fin. What we do? Pectoral and the what? Pelvic fin. And if they are running, what we make them to hold brake at once? It is the pectoral and what? Pelvic fin. So they provide braking force. What provide braking force? Fish is moving. It sees danger and then it want to hold brake at once. That braking force is coming from the pectoral and the pelvic fin. If you get that very fast with me, please answer this question. Jamb 2000 question 4. The question says the set of fins that control steering, balancing is just in one place, and change of direction. That change of direction, that's the pitch now. Are you getting it? Is moving this way. What we carry out that? Of course, is it the dorsal and anal fin, or it is the function of the pectoral and pelvic fin, or it is the function of your caudal and dorsal fin, or it is the function of anal and pelvic fin? It is the function of your what? Your pectoral and pelvic fin. That makes option B the answer. The problem I have with students is that some of you are so nonchalant with academics. You are not serious with it. These things are not difficult. Just watch all the classes. That's all. Are you seeing it now? Even you yourself know that you are learning. I ain't been saying. You get that very quickly with me. Answer this question, Jamb 2008 question 10. The question says, which of the following is used mainly for balancing in fish? Is it your caudal fin, or it is the pectoral fin, or it is the anal fin, or it is the dorsal fin? What is the answer? Balancing is a function of your pectoral and pelvic fin. Since there's no pelvic and there's pectoral, the blow function what B is the answer. You're out of there. Does it make sense? Are you sure? If you get that very quickly, we are done with your ped fins. What about unpaired fins?
Now that you have created your accounts, right? For you to start learning, what do you do? Okay, you can see that your use of English is there, mathematics is there, biology is there, physics is there, chemistry is there. Your classes are organized. They are all there for you, right? What do you do? Okay, I want to start learning biology. So click on the biology. Immediately you click on it. Living organisms. That's chapter 1, right? Oh yes, that's strictly to your Jamb syllabus. And what happened? Let's say, for example, you want to watch your class on cell and probably cell structure, right? What happened is that you click on it. Immediately you click on it, you see all the classes will display history of cell, types of cells, cell organelles, and all of that. Okay, sir, I want to watch history of cells. You click on the history of cell immediately.
Hello, friends.
Your flash will start playing for you. It is here now. It will start playing for you easy and direct. And what happened? You can even choose to make it full screen, right? Make it full screen. What happens? You are started learning and you are enjoying your classes. In fact, you may choose to say, okay, I want to download my classes. In fact, you can fast forward, you can take it backwards, you can pause, you can rewind, anyone you want to do. You can even say, oh, sir, I want to download my classes, right? Probably you use Nightsub just to click on download buttons. When you click on download button, you see The download, before you know what will happen, the download will start what? Loading. As it start loading, you can see it is moving. Fia, 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 fia. And then it will enter your phone. Are you getting it now? You can now go and start watching your downloaded classes. You can download as many classes as possible as you want to download. Now, you can even choose to say, okay, sir, that cell, the notes underneath it. It's the same thing for everything. I want to download my notes. All you have to do is click on the download for your notes. Before you know what is happening, it has entered your phone. You may choose to come to the notes, right? Under the characteristics of living things, let me open the notes and read the notes and go through the past questions. So you see, well organized and structured notes, direct to the points, focusing on your syllabus for you. There are past questions for you in abundance. You see, you have your past questions here. You can choose to say, okay, I want to zoom it in, right? And then the same thing for all subjects. And you are following. The answers are there. Number one answer is B. Why is the answer B? It is explained for you in details, every singular thing, and then you are following your classes. You are done with that. You come to the next. You see your notes, everything structured and organized to the core. In fact, at the end of the day, there is a blow kiss for you. You have done well. Get out, you too much. Everything is structured and organized for you in the app, right? And you can now choose to say, okay, sir, what about chemistry classes or physics classes? You can do same. Use of English, all of them, they are there. When you click on your chemistry classes, what happens? Separation of mixtures and periodic. All of them are in line with your JAMB syllabus. Chemical combination, right? It just goes straight. You see, chapter 1 alone has 39 videos. 39, you sit yourself down, and you start learning. And you are following all of them one after the order. Does it make sense? Are you with me? When you want to access your download classes, all you have to do is just scroll down right on your home interface. Go to your access your download classes. Start now. You start. You see them, right? In fact, you may even choose to go and practice CBT, right, or past question. Let's say, for example, I go to my CBT, the one that has to do with my my biology. Then I want to take all the questions on that cell, probably your Waec cell or the JAMB question on it, right? Just to click on it. So you see, all the questions are there. There are 40 questions there for you already. All of them on that cell. What happened? Which of the following cell inclusion can destroy other cell organelles? Probably you now say, oh, some answer is lysosome. You choose it, you go to next like that. At the end of the day, you see your answer, see your corrections. All of these things are in the LearnLift app directly for you. Are you with me? So as far as your JAMB 2025 is concerned, my dear, you don't have an excuse whatsoever to have anything less than 300. Are you with me? All your classes are available for you. All you have to do, start learning now.
Download the LearnLift app now.
On pet fins, they have an acronym called DAC, the dorsal fin, the anal fin, and the caudal fin. Let's start with the first, dorsal fin. Where is your dorsal fin located? It is located on the top of the trunk. From the diagram, you can see that we have what is called, look at the top. You can see the spinous dorsal and the soft dorsal. The spinous and the soft, both of them, they make up the dorsal fin. Which one is anterior? Spinous dorsal. Which one is posterior? Soft dorsal. Again, I beg you, on the anterior part, we can say the dorsal fin has two parts. Number one is the one that is anterior, which is the spinous dorsal. The spinous dorsal is the anterior part. It contains 14 to 16 sharp spines. That's how we call it, spinous dorsal, sharp spines connected by a membrane. When you go to the posterior side of it, that's the back, you see the soft dorsal, right? It contains your what? Your 10 to 13 soft branch rays. That's the soft dorsal. Are you getting it? But the spinous and the soft dorsal, both of them are still dorsal. Are you getting it? That's it. And you must not forget this very quickly with me, the function of the dorsal fins, whether it is the anterior or the posterior ones that forms them together. What are their functions? Please, I beg you. Number one function is that they stabilizes the fish during swimming. What stabilizes? What gives stability to the fish during swimming? You know, it is at the back of the fish. Now, this is the dorsal surface. This is the ventral surface. The fin that is on the dorsal surface, that's the dorsal fin. Abi, now having two parts. What stabilizes the fish during swimming? It is the word dorsal fin. Don't forget that it acts as a defense mechanism. So when they see predator, what happens? All the fish need to do is to project out the dorsal fin. When they project out the dorsal fin, the fish will appear larger, and it is now harder to swallow by the predator. So the predator will just leave it alone. So it has at a defense what mechanism, the dorsal fin. Very well. If you get that very quickly. What about the anal fin? Oh yes, you know anal fin is around where anus is. I showed you the whole of this. Look at it. At this region, this is where we have the anus. Abi, beautiful. That's the anus. Because anal fin is close to the anus, that's why we call it your what? Your anal fin. It is positioned behind the anus. So anus is anterior, anal fin is posterior to the anus. And don't forget this, that it contains 3 spines and 8 to 9 short branched soft rays. They will not ask you that, just know that it is posterior to the anus. And don't forget that their functions are very important. What is the function of the anal fins? Number 1, it acts also as a stabilizer. It acts as what? A stabilizer. It will stabilize the fish during movement. So both the dorsal and the anal fin, they are to stabilize the fish during movement. And they allow the fish to also move in straight course. Straight course is going soon during swimming. While we allow the fish to move in straight, not that the fish is moving like gallop, it's moving straight. It is the function of the what? Anal fin. Are you getting it now? And don't forget this. Look at Jamb 1984 question 14. He brought this powerful question that the dorsal and anal fin of the fish, what are they used for? Dorsal and anal fin of fish, are they used for upward movements? No. Are you seeing it now? Dorsal and anal fin, are they for upward movements, or they are for controlling rolling movements, or they are for downward movements, or they are for steering? Listen carefully, yo. Dorsal and anal fin combine. You know, dorsal is in front, anal fin is behind. Of them, we allow the fish to you know, if fish is moving inside water, what we allow the fish to roll itself, fish want to do rolling movement. It is the function of the dorsal and anal combine that we carry out the rolling movement of fish. That makes option B the correct answer. I beg you. Fish is moving. What we allow it to turn, like do throwback. It is the dorsal and the what? Anal fin. Does it make sense? If you get that very quickly with me. Look at the last caudal fin. You know, we have treated dorsal, anal, and now in caudal under your unpaired fins. Your caudal fin. First, I want you to note this, that on the tail end of a fish, if this is the tail end of the fish, this side here has a name. It is called the caudal peduncle. What is it called? Caudal what? Peduncle. So if that is the caudal peduncle, attached to the caudal peduncle is the caudal fin. Are you getting it? And don't forget that it is attached. Caudal fin is attached to the what? Caudal peduncle. What is caudal peduncle? Caudal peduncle is the fleshy part of the tail. The fleshy part of the tail is the caudal peduncle. This guy here is the caudal peduncle. Because your caudal fin is not fleshy, right? So the fleshy part of the tail is the caudal what? Peduncle. If you get that very quickly with me, I like you not to forget this. What is the function of your what? Your caudal fins. What are their functions? Either you call it caudal fins or your tail fins, because the caudal fin is on the tail region. That's why we call it tail fin. What's their function? Number 1, it is fan shaped. And because it is fan shaped, right, it looks like fan. It is used for steering during what? Swimming. What we allow it for steering? It will be during what? Swimming. That's the caudal fin. And don't forget that it is for propulsion of the fish through water. What will propel it through water? It is the what? The caudal fin. If you get this very quickly, we are very sure answer this question. Jamb 2005 question 13. The question says the main function of caudal fin in tilapia is towards the main function. Is it for propelling, to propel it forward in water, or it is to steer, right, while changing direction? That's not true. Option C is a balance in water. What we have it for balancing? Of course, it is the pectoral and pelvic. Option D is enable it to float in water, still pectoral and pelvic. Please, what we allow it to propel forward in water, it is the caudal fin. That makes option what? A the correct answer. You're out of there. Caudal fin is to propel fish forward inside your what? Your water. If you get this very fast and you are sure, please, the next class, I'll start from lateral lines. There's still a lot of things to learn, right? And that lateral lines, of course, that'll be our lesson 5, right? Oh yes, for the now, bye.
Hope you've enjoyed this class. Guess what? To follow up for more classes, just download the LearnLift app, whether on Play Store or App Store, and then follow up your classes. You must do extremely well. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.